Beloved soul, hear this truth and let it seal itself upon your spirit. There is a vault in the unseen, a great treasury with your name inscribed upon it by divine intelligence. It contains every provision, every opportunity, every form of wealth that was written into your destiny before you even breathed your first breath. This vault is not sealed by luck, nor by struggle, nor by human approval. It answers only to one force, the voice of faith spoken with divine authority. You do not beg for what is already yours, you command it, for begging belongs to fear, but command belongs to the child of the infinite. Just as a king does not plead with his servants, but simply speaks the decree, so must you speak to money, to fortune, to destiny, not as a slave of chance, but as one appointed by the law of supply. Say this Jackpot Vault Code with certainty, not from your lips alone, but from the throne of your inner knowing. By divine right, the vault of my destiny opens now, and my appointed wealth rushes to me without delay. Let this not be mere words, but a decree carved into the ethers. See it, feel it. Know that as you speak, the invisible gears of destiny turn. The locked doors you could not move by effort begin to shift by divine order. Unexpected channels kindle to life. People you have not met yet become carriers of your supply. Money that once resisted begins to obey, for you are no longer approaching it as one unworthy. You are calling it by divine appointment. Remember, the vault does not open to anxiety. It does not respond to timelines pressed by fear. It swings wide only to the voice of calm authority, the voice that says, "What belongs to me by divine decree can never be withheld." When you speak the code, speak it with the same certainty that you would command the dawn to rise. Not because you make it rise, but because you know it was written to do so. In the same way, your wealth was written to find you. Your prosperity was inscribed into your destiny before the world called it possible or impossible. Do not look to appearances. Appearances are shadows. Divine decree is substance, and substance reshapes shadow. Say it once, but say it as one who knows. Then go your way in quiet, expectant joy, for unseen forces are already unlocking the vault. The law is perfect. Your word is law when aligned with the divine, and the divine has already said yes. There is a secret treasury prepared for every soul, and it does not live in the world of chance or probability. It exists in the unseen, where divine order has already arranged every provision you will ever require. Many wander in circles, believing that hard work alone forces open the doors of fortune, yet divine law reveals a higher truth. Effort without authority is labor without reward. The vault of destiny does not bow to struggle, it bows to spiritual certainty. When you cease chasing wealth like a beggar and instead stand in your divine identity, something shifts in the invisible. You are no longer a seeker. You become a rightful claimant. You do not knock at the door of destiny hoping it will open. You speak, and by spiritual law, it must respond. Just as light obeys the command, "Let there be," so does your wealth respond to, "By divine right, it is mine." This is the great turning point, when the soul realizes that destiny is not earned, it is accepted. And as this truth settles into your spirit, you begin to perceive that destiny can never deny what heaven has already written. Divine right is a power greater than timing, circumstance, or human permission. When something is given to you by heaven's decree, no earthly structure can withhold it. The world may speak of waiting for the right moment, of odds and statistics, but the language of spirit is absolute. What is yours is not in competition. Your blessing does not need space to be made for it, it carries its own space. The vault does not consider how long you have waited, it responds only to whether you have claimed your right. Delay is not denial in divine law, it is only the soul learning to speak with authority instead of hesitation. The moment you shift from "I hope it comes" to "it cannot miss me," you align with the law that surpasses every delay. Destiny does not operate by human clocks. It answers to faith's command. When you speak the Jackpot Vault Code, you do not ask time to cooperate. You override time. You speak as one already chosen, already written into the script of abundance. And what is chosen by heaven cannot be postponed by earth. Begging carries the vibration of lack, but command carries the vibration of ownership. When a soul begs, it announces to the universe, "I do not have." And the law responds by echoing that very condition. But when a soul commands with calm certainty, it declares, "It is already mine." And the universe hastens to arrange itself according to that decree. Prayer was never meant to be a plea, it was meant to be a proclamation. You are not a pauper outside the gates of fortune. You are a divine heir speaking to what was assigned to you. The Jackpot Vault Code is not a request, it is a spiritual activation. You do not lower your voice in fear of being denied, you speak with the quiet authority of one who knows the seal bears their name. The heavens do not ignore certainty, money does not resist command, supply recognizes its master. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "There is no power in the universe that can withhold your own from you." So when you speak, speak not as one seeking favor, but as one executing a divine contract. For in that moment, wealth ceases to be distant and begins to move toward you with obedience. Your spoken word is not mere sound. It is a spiritual key that unlocks what is hidden. Every decree made in faith leaves an imprint in the unseen, and what is impressed upon the ether must express itself in your world. The vault does not recognize effort alone, it recognizes vibration, and the highest vibration is the word spoken from unwavering inner knowing. When you speak the Jackpot Vault Code, it is not about volume or repetition, it is about alignment. One sentence spoken in full spiritual authority is more powerful than 1,000 pleas uttered in fear. The moment your word and your belief become one, the vault shifts. Invisible doors begin to unseal, and forces set in motion before your birth respond to your command. Your decree becomes law, because it is backed by the law of divine right. Just as a key does not struggle to open a lock, it simply fits and turns. So does your word fit the lock of your destiny when spoken from certainty. And just as a door cannot resist the correct key, your appointed wealth cannot resist the word that matches its frequency. Once a decree is spoken in true authority, it is no longer to be repeated in anxiety, but to be carried in quiet expectation. A king does not issue the same command twice. He speaks once and the entire kingdom moves to fulfill it. So it is with spiritual law. When you have spoken the Jackpot Vault Code, your task is no longer to question, but to walk as though the vault is already opening. Expectation is the atmosphere where miracles take form. Doubt delays, but expectancy prepares. You begin to notice signs, alignments, sudden openings. Not with surprise, but with recognition, for you know they are simply the evidence of what was already done in spirit. To expect is to make room. It is to silently announce, "I have already received." And heaven responds to this inner posture, for it mirrors gratitude before manifestation. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "Faith knows it has already received and acts accordingly." So you move as one chosen, speak as one provided for, think as one already wealthy in essence. And as your inner state matches your decree, destiny must comply. For the vault opens not to the anxious heart, but to the soul that knows it was never locked against them. And now, beloved soul, stand still in the majesty of your knowing. The word has gone forth, and the universe bends to obey. The vault of destiny is no longer sealed, it hums with movement, with divine orchestration, with the swift power of answered command. All that was once delayed rushes to meet you, not as coincidence, but as divine certainty taking visible form. You have spoken as one awakened to truth, as one who remembers their birthright of abundance. Do not look backward to what seemed lost, for nothing truly yours can ever be taken. Do not look ahead in fear, for the way is already prepared. The vault has opened in the unseen, and its contents are now making their passage into the seen. Give thanks in advance, for gratitude is the fragrance of fulfillment. Walk as one whose treasure is unfolding step by step, in perfect order and perfect timing. Say within yourself, "It is done, it was always done," for divine law never fails, and the decree of faith never returns void. Your wealth is released, your destiny has answered, the jackpot vault stands open, and you, beloved, stand in the flow of heaven's unending supply.